So, you like shooting demons in the face, do you? Of course you do. Welcome to Doom Eternal, where everything is fast, loud, and unapologetically over the top. If you thought Doom 2016 was a relentless experience, this game is like that, but on steroids, both figuratively and literally. But hey, it's not all about carnage. Doom Eternal manages to balance its insane action with surprisingly deep gameplay mechanics, environments, and lore. So let's dive into what makes this game so adrenaline rushed. First things first, the game is fast, like caffeine-charged squirrel fast. You're constantly moving, constantly strafing, and constantly shredding demons as if they were made of paper mache. This isn't a game about holding a choke point and waiting for enemies to walk into your crosshairs. No. You need to stay on the move. Stay aggressive. Think of it like playing tag, but with weapons that could level a city block. Well, I guess the demons already did that. Anyways, your goal? Well, it's same as the previous game. Never stop, never think. Just shoot, jump, dash, and glory kill all those demons in your path. And speaking of glory kills, let's talk about those for a second. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of jumping into a group of demons and then violently pulling their hearts out of their bodies like a psycho at a Halloween party. These glory kills not only provide a gruesome spectacle, but also replenish your health, which means if you're smart enough to rip out a demon's spine, you can stay alive to do it again. Now, let's talk weapons. You pretty much have the same selection of guns as you did in Doom 2016, with some different looks to them, as well as some different names for a few, such as Heavy Assault Rifle, now being Heavy Assault Cannon, with a new look for that as well, and the Gauss Cannon now being called the Ballista, with a reskin of that as well. All of them still play the same pretty much as they did back in Doom 2016. One weapon was removed from the roster, however, which was the starting pistol, in which the developers said it felt like it wouldn't fit the game's fast-paced combat, which is reasonable, as back in Doom 2016, not that long after starting with the pistol, you eventually get the shotgun. Besides all that, weapons still provide just as much carnage as the previous title. And this time, I got to upgrading my weapons more than I did in Doom 2016. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still upgraded them in the first game, but not as much as I did in Eternal, as I would soon learn this was much more of a step up for me in terms of difficulty. And yes, don't worry, you still get the chainsaw. This is your go-to tool for ammo management. Because nothing says I'm out of bullets, I just prefer to saw demons in half, like a chainsaw that gives you more ammo with every mutation. But hey, the star of the show here is still the BFG 9000, of course. The name alone should be enough to tell you what it does. Let's just say the BFG 9000 is the only thing you need to clean up the mess when the rest of your weapons just aren't cutting it, literally. You also have the addition of the equipment launcher, which throws frag grenades, ice bombs, and flames. To be fair, I didn't use it as much, which in hindsight, probably should have used it more to my advantage, but I have a little something called smooth brain. Anyways, another weapon that literally requires no thinking is the Crucible Sword. You get it pretty late in the game, but good God, is it fun to use. You get charges with it, so use them wisely as you have to get it charged back up to use it again. Duh. Now, let's talk about the enemies you'll be slaughtering. The Doom franchise has always had memorable enemies, but in Doom Eternal, it really outdoes itself in the variety department. First, you got the Cyber Mancubus, who is just a walking tank that just shoots toxic waste at you. Then, the Marauder. Oh god, the Marauder. This guy is the definition of, I don't care how good you are at the game, you will suffer. But it's not all bad. I mean, for every marauder, there's a Doom Hunter, and let's be real, that guy deserves a medal for how much fun he makes you have when you shoot him in the face. And don't forget the demons with shields, flamethrowers, and rocket launchers, just to keep you on your toes. All the enemies in Doom Eternal feel like they've been given a little baggie of coke and strapped some upgrades to themselves, because I mean, I was struggling a bit more in this entry than the first Doom, but I do love the challenge. Now let's talk about the environments. You're not just running through some bland corridors, people. Doom Eternal has environments that are as gorgeous as they are terrifying. From the chaotic, fiery fields of hell to the beautiful yet ominous ruins of the Sentinel homeworld, and of course, well, Earth. Each area is designed to be a visual feast. It's as if someone looked at hell and said, let's make this look like a combination of Game of Thrones meets an acid trip. There are massive open areas where you'll be dodging fireballs and crushing demons beneath your boots, and tight corridors where every turn might lead to death of you, and not in a fun way. And then there are the bosses, and oh man, the bosses. These are the kind of fights where you're not just hoping you don't die, but you're also praying that the boss dies faster than you can empty your magazine. The Doom Eternal bosses are the kind of monsters that make you question every decision you've ever made in life. You thought the regular enemies were tough? Get ready for the Icon of Sin and a few other holy crap, why is this thing still alive moments. Every boss fight feels like an event, and by the time you're through with them, you're left with a feeling of triumph. Mostly because you survived, and also because they were probably 10 times your size. Now to conclude and wrap everything up, I know what you're thinking. This game is all about blowing stuff up and killing demons. Who cares about the lore? But hold on, because Doom Eternal lore is surprisingly rich. You're not just some random guy in a spacesuit, you are the Doom Slayer. And you've been waging an eternal war against the forces of hell since, well, let's say a long time ago. And you're also linked to a race of ancient warriors called the Sentinels, who basically invented punching demons in the face for sport. The Doom Eternal story dives deep into the origins of the Doomslayer, hell's never-ending corruption, and why the heck your character has been angry for so long. Spoiler alert, it's not just because demons are jerks, it's a tale of vengeance, survival, and, well, you know, fighting for the future of humanity.